Hi everyone, my name is Awo and I'll be speaking on the cost of living in Ghana. Well, in 2018, the Ghana government launched the Year of Return, and this initiative was intended to encourage African diasporans to return to their homelands to invest and settle. And since 2018, when it was first launched till now, we've had a great number of diasporans coming to the country for various reasons. Some to invest, some to build properties, others for the fun, and others to settle. I believe those who have already been here can tell us how great the country is. And then for those who plan on coming, and those who are not so sure due to the standard of living, no problem, I am here for you. So I'll be speaking on some of the factors that influence the cost of living in Ghana. So, what is cost of living? Cost of living is the amount a person needs to cover basic expenses such as food, accommodation, transportation, lifestyle, and then others. So, I'll be touching on these points here. I'll be touching on these points. So first is accommodation. Okay, sorry, one moment. Okay. So transportation, accommodation, food, and then lifestyle. So I'll begin with transportation, overview of the Ghanaian transport system. Okay, one, its private nature. Number two, lack of government regulation on prices, and then impact on monthly salary. So the Ghanaian transport system is quite different from most parts of the world. It's a private system, so government is not in charge of price regulations. It is done by a private sector called the Ghana Private Road and Transport Union. Okay, is a trade union. It's a trade union in charge of commercial drivers in Ghana. So it's a trade union in charge of commercial drivers in Ghana. Reason the prices are quite expensive. And if I say expensive, I mean it covers 30 to 50% or even more of a monthly salary, average salary. So moving on, let's look at the means of transportation in Ghana. So we have taxis, buses, and then the third one, domestic airlines. So let's begin with taxis. With taxis, we have two types, shared or loading taxis, and then drop-in taxis. With loading taxis, this is where you share the taxi with three other people using the same route to the same destination. And they are usually located at taxi ranks in the marketplaces. So fares are calculated based on your distance. Some drivers sometimes charge for both distance and then traffic condition. So fare prices for loading taxis costs $1 or less. For drop-in taxis, this is where you hail a cab, a taxi for yourself, and then fares are calculated based on distance. So if you are traveling 10 kilometers or less, you are charged an average of $1.13. And if you are traveling more, let's say 20 kilometers to 40 kilometers, you are charged between 11 and $30. Then the next means of transportation are buses, and we have three types. The first is Marco Polo buses. These buses are operated by private companies, travel companies, which are private, okay, operated by them in Ghana, and then they go on long journeys. They usually go on long journeys. So ticket fares is based on your destination. Okay, so fare prices usually range from $8 to $23. The next type we have are the Ayalolo buses. They do not operate in every part of the country, and fares are usually less than $1. The third type, which is the commonly used type in Ghana, we have are the trotro. They are the vans and then the sprinters, and they travel within regions, both within regions and then to nearby regions. So within transport fares cost $3 or less, and then to nearby regions it costs an average of $2.5. We also have domestic airlines. So if you prefer to fly, you can use domestic airlines. And these airlines fly to just about three airports in Ghana due to low demand. So if you are traveling to the Upper West region, which is in the northern part of Ghana, you would first have to travel to Tamale Airport, which is also in the northern part of Ghana, and then pick a bus from the airport to your destination. And the average cost for one-way trip is $55. We also have other alternative options, like the ride-hailing services, like Uber, Bolt, and then Yango. I believe you are familiar with this, so there's no need to dive so much into it. But then during peak seasons, prices go up. The next factor that influences the cost of living in Ghana is accommodation. And I've grouped them into three parts. One, buying properties, that's either land or homes. Number two, rentals. And then number three, utility. So a guide to buying properties in Ghana. Cash dominance over mortgage. So in Ghana, the process of acquiring a land is primarily cash based. So we buy properties in cash and in full, we make full payments for properties. We also have the mortgage system, but it is not widely utilized due to the high interest rate. So for CD mortgage rate is 28% per annum, and then dollar mortgage rate is 11.6%, 11.6% per annum. So some channels through which you can buy one, the most common way of acquiring properties in Ghana are through land agents or landowners, and you can find their contacts on buying apps like Tonaton. We also have you can also buy properties through real estate agencies. Okay, their business information can be found on Tonaton or on their website. Sorry. The last channel through which you can buy properties in Ghana are through chiefs. So you simply identify the town you want to live in, visit, and ask to be introduced to the chief of the town. The land purchase and home buying in Ghana. So buying lands in rural areas, yeah. So buying lands in rural areas, land prices range from 455 to $3,800 per month. Okay, so if you want to buy a land in the rural areas, it will cost you this much. For lands that cost about below $758, sorry. So for lands that cost $758, okay, they are usually located in underdeveloped areas very far from the capital. So for urban areas, prices typically ranges from 1,900 to 65,000 per plot. And if you want to buy a land near the airport, prices start at 100,000 per plot. Buying a home in rural areas, ready-made home in rural areas is impossible. You will not get one like that. So let's move on to buying a home in urban areas. Okay, so there one moment. So the easiest method to acquire a home is through real estate agents, and we have fully furnished apartments with prices starting at 100,000 for one bedroom apartment, 120,000 for two bedroom apartment, and then 150,000 for three bedroom apartment. The next under accommodation is rentals. Okay, so rent prices vary based on the type of settlement arrangement and then building type, making it difficult to generalize and average. So typically, rent is paid in advance for 1 or 2 years as determined by your landlord. So in rural areas, you can get land for as low as $3.8 and as high as $15 per month. In urban areas, a one bedroom house costs between $38 to $75. For two bedroom house, it costs $83 to $190. And then for three bedroom house, it will cost you between 167 and $379. So for short-term stays, for stays of 90 days or less, you have options which include Airbnb and then hotels. So for Airbnb, prices can range from 15 to $500 per night. Low-end hotels prices start at $15 per night, and then high-end hotels can range from 100 to as high as $1,000 per month. Utility. Some utility bills include water, electricity, gas, internet services, phone bill, and then garbage collection. So for water bills for individuals, water bills for individuals can range from 2.5 to $38 per month. And then for the average family of three can range from $3 to $130 per month. Remember that efficient usage can help reduce cost. The next is utility bill. So for utility bill, the number of gadgets and electrical appliances you use can influence how much you pay for electricity bill. So for individuals living alone, electricity cost ranges from $7 for minimal usage to a higher amount for an increased appliance usage. And then monthly expenses for an average family of three can range from 16 to $76. Oh, sorry. Gas. So the most commonly used type of gas cylinders in Ghana are the 14.6 kg gas cylinders, and then the 6 kg gas cylinder as shown on the slide. So for 14, it costs $16 to fill this type 14.6 kg gas cylinder with gas. And then for the 6 kg gas cylinder, it costs $7 to fill with gas. Internet services. Monthly data prices cost $15 to $30 per month, and it all depends on the type of network you are using, depends on the telecommunication network. Phone bills. You can buy phone credits using your bank apps or mobile money, and then with the lowest price being less than $1. The last under utilities garbage collection, and it costs $4 per month with pickups scheduled weekly. So the next factor that influence the cost of living in Ghana is food. So let's see the challenges in the agriculture sector and then its impact on food prices. So one, lack of investment and then absence of a pricing system. Sorry. So food prices in Ghana currently are high as the cost of farming has become expensive. Unfortunately, this has caused many individuals from venturing into farming, and some farmers are either selling or closing down their farms. This situation is exacerbated by the lack of investment from both government and private stakeholders, and this has caused us to rely on food imports, and this has impacted prices. And another reason is the absence of a pricing system to regulate commodities. So, how can you work around your income? Okay, how can you budget around your income? I have grouped them into two parts: cost of eating outside and then cost of eating at home. So we begin with cost of eating outside. Because of even eating outside, it all depends on your budget. You can either eat at the local restaurants or at high-end restaurants. And with local restaurants, we have so many available in the country. So finding food is not so stressful. Finding food is not difficult. You can get breakfast. You can get breakfast at these restaurants for not less than $2, sorry. For lunch and supper, prices can range from 1.2 to $3.8. We also have popular local restaurants, and their prices are usually different from your regular local restaurant. You can get breakfast for $3 or less. Lunch and supper cost you between 3.8 and $8. High-end restaurants, we all know high-end restaurants, they offer great services, great ambience, the food is worth it. They are usually located in city centers. You can get breakfast at these restaurants. Sorry, their prices for breakfast prices can range from 11 to $38. Lunch and supper, you can get lunch and supper with prices ranging from $19 to $76. And you should note that prices vary among restaurants, but then these are the average prices you pay to eat at to dine at such restaurants. Cost of eating at home. So with eating at home, if you want to manage your expenses, it is advisable to buy food in bulk. If you buy food in bulk, you know that, oh, I still have a stockpile of food to rely on until my next salary or until the next month. So the average cost of groceries for an individual is $76, and then for the average family of three, is $151. Recommended minimum amount for food in Ghana. So a liter of milk will cost you $2.3. Same for a liter of fruit juice. A liter of water 0.38. A loaf of bread 1.2. A crate of egg $4. 1 kg rice 1.5. 1 pound of beef $2.3. £1 of chicken, $2.8, £1 of salmon, $2.8, 400 grams of pasta, zero point 0.8, tomato and onion regular size cost 0.15, a liter of vegetable cooking oil $6, a piece of apple 0.38, a piece of orange 0.15, two pieces of banana 0.38, cabbage regular size 0.76, and then carrots regular size 0.15. So the last factor I'll be speaking on, the last point I'll be speaking on is lifestyle. So do you enjoy adventures and discovering new places? All right, we should know that Ghana has lots of exciting places, destinations you can visit, and fun activities you can engage in. You can explore our historical landmarks like the Black Star Square, Adomi Bridge, Elmina Castles, or you can hike through our national parks and the mountains, right? The possibilities are endless. So for adventure, let's start with adventure. So entry fee at tourist sites costs between 1.5 to $3.8. Activities at national parks issued budget around $15 for activities at national parks. And then for other fun activities like quad biking, paintballs, okay, should budget around $38. So nightlife, so for those who enjoy nightlife experience, okay, whether it's dancing the night away at the club, sipping cocktail at trendy bars, or enjoying live music. Okay, you are not left out if you prefer the bustling streets or the laid back vibes. I mean, there's always something happening after dark to keep you entertained in Ghana. So entry fee at beaches costs $2. And then for local bars, prices of food and drink cost $1.5 and $0.37 respectively. So for clubs, lounges, and then popular bars, it is usually advised to go with friends or in groups to reduce costs. I mean, so that you can share the costs after. So you can budget around $38 if you want to spend less. But then if you want to spend more, you can go with $100 or more. I mean, I have come to the end, and I hope this will give you an understanding of the standard of living in Ghana. This way you can plan your trip more effectively. Thank you very much.